Okay, well, what I'll do today, I'll have a quick walk up the outside perimeter, I think, and see what's there before I give up completely. I might as well. This factory here was called Heritage Silversmiths, and they made they made silver things here. It's long gone now, but they made silver cutlery and all sorts of things anyway out of silver here. Our neighbor Wilf Sproul, who I talk about in another video, the man who had his flowers wrecked there. I tell that story in another video anyway. But Wilf Sproul was the night watchman here, and that was after my great uncle Bill had to leave the job because he had cancer. Bill just got too sick to do it anymore, and so he had to retire. Bill had been a farmer. He had a farm in Jasper, Ontario for years and years. And then he and my great aunt Verna moved into town, and Bill took the job as night watchman at the Silversmiths plant. That was in 1968, which is the year I was born, and he worked there until 1974, when he had to retire due to just his health deteriorating as badly as it had. Anyway, at that point, our neighbor Wilf Sproul took over that job. Yeah. I went in there one time back in the 1980s looking for a job, and there was nobody in the front office, and there was a bell. There was a bell. There was a bell, said ring bell for service. So I tapped on the bell, the ding ding thing on the bell. And this woman came out of the back there, this young woman, not much older than me at the time, just in a blind rage. I could hear them laughing and talking back there too, when I was standing out front. And anyway, I dinged the bell to let them know I was there. She came out in a blind rage, wanting to know what I wanted. And I told her I was looking to apply for a job. And she said, "Well, who do you think you are ringing that bell?" And I said, "Well, there's nobody out here," and it said ring for service, so that's what I did, to let you know there was somebody out here. Well, she says, "There's no point to you filling out an application, because if you do, I'm going to throw it in the garbage. Nobody's going to see it. I'm just going to throw it in the garbage." Anyway, I said I'll fill one out anyway. And I did. And I handed it to her, and she threw it in the garbage. So, right in front of me. But yeah, lovely. Anyway, needless to say, I didn't get any job there. Probably just as well. I probably only have whatever hearing I have left because I didn't get a job there. It was a pretty noisy place to work. Oh, there we go now. The things you gotta do. All right. You can imagine with all those metal presses in there, when you were going past the place in the car, you could hear the noise from it when they were working in there. And then too, if you were standing around anywhere around this area too, you could often feel the ground vibrating, you know, from the presses in there. That was a long time ago. And the factory did employ a lot of people. And as rough as times were, people had jobs and people were buying cars and houses and getting married, raising families, and living what we would call a normal life, I guess. Nowadays, that's pretty much gone, and we've lost our way, and we really don't know what to do. We're in a state of flux, you know. We don't know what to do, and so you got a lot of people just going around aimlessly trying to figure it out as best they can, suffering terrible hardships in the process. But yeah, my goodness. Anyway, it looks like that's it. At this point, I think I'm beating a dead horse looking for stuff. Feels that way anyway. All right. What's in this bag, I wonder? Just an empty bag, okay. Yeah. Oh, we'll go back the other way. Found a few anyway. Alright. Back to the truck we go. Okay. Well, if oh, wait a minute. There we go. Ah. Oh. Now, this is going to be a little harder to get. But let's see here now then. Whoa. There we go. Yeah. 6% alcohol. That's a refundable one. All right. Okay. Well, if Jojo, who's familiar with this area, is watching, this here on Rogers Road, there's South Street or the Scotch Line there. This here is the former offices of the Brown Shoe Company. It looks like now they've turned it into a kind of a strip mall or something. And behind it is the warehouse, the shoe warehouse. I think it's still a shoe warehouse, but I'm not sure. It's a long time ago now. I worked in there briefly in the late 1980s. Didn't work there very long. They fired me pretty quickly. But I did work in there for a while. Does it still say Brown Shoe, or it may not say Brown Shoe anymore? It may go by a different name now, but is it still a shoe warehouse? We'll have to look when we get up here. It was a miserable place to work. I didn't normally like to get fired, but I got to admit I didn't mind it so much when I was getting fired from there. It didn't bother me as much as it would have if it had been some other place. But yeah, that's the old offices of the shoe factory. They look quite a bit different now. This building here wasn't here. That's a new building there. And yeah. sometimes when you're walking the other way, you'll find things. Just looking from a different angle, you'll find things that you missed the first time. Like right there, for example. All right. Yeah, right there. There we go. Yep, Bud Light. Number 10 cents. I didn't see that when I came through the first time. Okay. Yeah. Doesn't say Brown Shoe anymore. Brown Shoe Company. It's got a different name to it now. There's the old silversmith plant again. That's the warehouse there. What does it say? Something, I don't know. Calories or something. Warehousing? I don't know. Still a warehouse anyway. Yeah. There's another one. Oh, it's just a part of a one. We'll leave it. I can't cash in a part of a can. I could put it in with the pop cans if I was still doing pop cans. But it's not really worth doing the pop cans anymore. It costs you more to handle them than they're worth. Yeah. Anyway, I used to work in that warehouse just for a little while. Hated it with a passion. Just hated it. And it wasn't the work that bothered me. I actually kind of enjoyed the work. But it was the management. They treated us really badly. They treated us as if we were there to be punished. It was more like being in jail than being at work. Anyway, I think I see another can up here that I missed the first go around. Well, maybe not. I saw something shiny. Not a can, I guess. Alrighty. Well, that's alright. Can't win them all. I may still get the odd one before we get back to the truck. Especially in here. People tend to throw them into the bushes. I'll look in here and see. I don't see anything. Alright. Alright. Oh, there's no Bono's Ford. Don't see them very much anymore. They were a good truck. They were a real workhorse. Made from 1980 in that style until 1987 or 88, I believe, and they changed the body style. But we always called those a Bono's Ford anyway. I never owned one, but I drove a few that belonged to other people. They were a good truck. Anyway, that's it. That's all she wrote for now, I guess. I gotta go collect all my loot. I'll tell you exactly how much I made after I do that. And we'll talk later.